Let's talk AI in the book community. So, all of this discussion picks up with this page by the name of Fabled Press, who is an individual book rebinder. And it's about this book, Quicksilver, which is a really popular book that went viral, written by author Callie Hart. So, they individually rebind the book, printed the cover themselves, and reassemble it. And this is what the rebinding looks like. Now, some concern sparked up. People were interested in the artwork on the back because people were suspecting that this is Gen AI. And a commenter asked who did the art on the back. And the replies were hidden. This had the book community up in arms because people are very 50-50. Nowadays, Gen AI is something that we can't escape from. However, in creative communities, especially like the book community, which being an author is a very creative field. The book community is quite against the use of Gen AI, and as such, people are not happy about this. And this actually goes a step further because the author commented. Callie Hart author writes, I literally have never heard of Fabled Press. This is a completely unauthorized edition. I have never been consulted on any of this. People in the comment section are 50-50 about this, and this has sparked a whole bunch of debates. One of them being the authorized usage of rebinding books, because Fabled Press is not the only person who goes and rebind books. And a commenter says Fabled Press is a bookbinder account, but they should not use AI. A commenter replied, they also shouldn't be binding books and selling them without permission. And the commenter responds, legally purchasing, rebinding, and selling that rebind is protected under the first sale doctrine. What they can't do is reprint or mass produce. They have to legally purchase each copy before rebinding. And they can't claim author collaboration if it isn't a collab. The seller may be in the gray area here depending on how they advertise, but book rebinding and selling is perfectly fine in general. There is this post on thowardlaw.com with an article written by James Druo, February 3rd, 2023. Rebinding a book does not create a derivative work. And again, the derivative work is where it kind of gets into like a tricky copyright area, right? Where apparently there is Steeplechase Arts and Productions LLC versus Wisdom Path Inc. about piano books, where Spiralverse had purchased Steeplechase's piano books, changed the bindings, and there was a label stating original binding was removed and replaced by spiralverse.com. Steeplechase, the creator, argued, hey, there is copyright infringement because since the glue binding of the piano book was changed, this is now a derivative work and doesn't fall under the first sale doctrine. And the district court held that the rebinding did not create a derivative work. Thus, copyright infringement was dismissed. However, the trademark infringement claims were actually continued because it was argued that it wasn't clear enough that the original creator of the piano book, Steeplechase, did not consent to the rebinding of the books. Because obviously, right, if people purchase the rebindings, then we're unsatisfied with it, they're actually gonna go blame Steeplechase, even though Steeplechase wasn't the one that did the rebindings. So that is really interesting. There is a precedent case about this like rebinding situation. And another author Penn Cole tweet, there's very little an author can do to stop unlicensed rebindings. Short of a messy and expensive lawsuit that the law isn't clear, we will win. When you see rebinders that use AI, please don't hold that against the author. They likely hate it just as much as you. And this author historically has had an anti-Gen AI stance. In May 2024, Callie posted on Facebook, I have never nor will I ever use AI in my content or on my covers. It's frustrating when I see others using it to promote their work though, because it's so hard to compete with. So they're just expressing their frustrations and everyone marketing their book using like hot anime men made by Gen AI. But at the same time, they also express that they will never use it themselves in their contents or on their covers, which is again explicitly specified here. So I think going beyond the realm of like, oh, is it ethical to use Gen AI on your cover or not, which I personally am not a fan of, you're explicitly going against the wishes of the author to do it in this way, with one, them having multiple public statements expressing their dislike of Gen AI, and two, on page 2 of the book, having a blatant no reproduction of the book allowed. And again, like I said before, the biggest issue is that some people accidentally thought that the author supported Gen AI because they saw that book rebinding, which is not the case. And going back into Fabled rebindings as well, another person, Vicky Ray Art, posted, please someone confirm or correct me, but I have a very strong feeling that Fabled Press just used AI for all of their new editions. People are like, wow, it's so beautiful. And that's it. These are more examples of their rebinding. So this is rebinding of Akatar, A Court of Mist and Fury, a series written by Sarah J. Maas. This is Rysand, and then more art of them together, more art of them together. This one to me is most definitely giving AI due to the position of the wings, because the wings aren't actually coming from his back. He has wings. The wings are coming from between the center of them two together, which like a human artist just wouldn't place it there. And Vicky adds, oh, okay, you don't need to correct me. I know. And there's more examples of books. This is Quicksilver, by the way. So this is the same book written by Callie Hart. This is from July 15th, where you can see it's a different rebind of the same book, Quicksilver. Another commenter, Nicole, adds, literally, what is the first supposed to be holding? Fingers don't bend up like that. In the background, there would be black and too skinny to be legs at the thigh, and there wouldn't even be two legs on one side at the pose. So you have this, and then here. This one is just funny because she has one leg here, and then there's the same leg on this side. It's like her legs are crossed. Unless you're tiny, it's like feasibly impossible to be held like that. Another person under the original post, Chad Reedsrom, writes, all of their work is AI under the guise of, quote, artist collabs and or the use of AI, end quote. Their fourth wing set is clearly AI too, and they're doing a giveaway. The Instagram post has so many likes and positive comments, even from people I followed. I'm glad this is blowing up because I did a story post and it got no traction. This was the fourth wing cover. I love fourth wing. It's like one of my favorite series. And Chad had commented, can you confirm who the artist is for these, please? And Fable says, of course. I support both artist collabs and or the use of AI for my book binds. For the set, I created these designs myself on Canva. AI is used as a supportive tool to refine and enhance the concept. Tiff Reads Books replies, I went and looked at their page, and out of the 6 different books that I zoomed in on, the knotwork and scrolls on the corner detailing is 100% AI. It's all scribbles. I think it's the same frame generated once, then used as an object for each book. And here, oh yeah, here's another one. Here's some more squiggles. So what does Fable have to say about this? Under Callie's reply, they replied to that writing, I have also learned a lot about AI usage today. And as I've said in my statement, I have already hired an artist so I can remake all my rebinds without AI tools. I'm devastated that I have caused such anger within a community close to my heart and can only promise going forward to do better. I want to apologize for any upset I've caused. I want to clarify I'm a rebinder, not a publishing house claiming an official license release. I buy the books full price and add custom covers, the same as thousands of binders. Today, I have learned I will not call them collector's editions, but instead rebinds. I really do want to know I have only sold 2 of these before removing, as I never meant to upset anyone. They take me hours to do, not seconds. I work from a bedroom, not a factory. And in the original post, they also commented, hi guys, I've just released the response on my Insta story as it was too long for here. I'm very sorry for those I've upset. It was pure ignorance and I want to do better. Heart. And also on a complete side note, by the way, don't send hate to any parties involved. Don't be weird. But let's take a look at their story. So they have also done a rebind for Alchemize, which was a Harry Potter fanfic that was later published. And they posted, thank you guys so much for the feedback. I never expected my page to get so much organic traction, and navigating this new world is definitely something I'm learning as I go. I have hired an artist to recreate this art for the Alchemized edition. I can't wait to show you all when it's finished. And they added, I want to put out a little statement. I by no means meant to offend anyone by being so open about my use of AI tools when I create my designs. I'm a small-scale bookbinder that never expected my post to gain so much organic traction this quickly. I am in no way bulk making hundreds of these books and was astounded that so many people found my page in the last week. Being new to the scene, I didn't realize how harmful it was to designers and the environment, but now I've been educated and I have already commissioned an artist going forward. I hope people can see that not only do I understand, but I'm acting upon your words as I genuinely love books and want to do better. I cannot thank those of you who have reached out in kindness to better educate me in this new space I'm navigating. Those messaging me so unkindly, I understand your points and hope you can see I truly mean no malice and am actively working to resolve this. At the end of the day, I'm just a girl who started bookbinding only 3 months ago, so safe to say I have a lot to learn. Going forward, I will work solely with artists and will aim to slowly replace all my existing editions as I get commission work done. So their bio had originally said UK indie bookbinder, both artist collabs and AI, Photoshop and Illustrator. Then they've changed it to non-affiliated rebinds and now in the process of replacing my art with human art only. So they definitely expressed the sentiment that they're going to go and work with human artists moving forward. Some people were upset that the pieces that still had AI work were up on their page, as in the videos are still up, but it's definitely a really good sign that they've made the sentiment, hey, like I'm gonna work with human artists moving forward, like now that I'm educated. And in response to a post of the sort, Fable had written, I will. I need time to swap them all out, but I will. I genuinely care to improve from my ignorance and only time will show that. And another commenter expressed concerns about licensing, and Fable said, as a small business which is run by me and me alone, I need time to recommission each book one by one and swap them. I will and am ready in the process of it, but it cannot be overnight. In terms of licensing, I'm not selling merch. I'm rebinding books, which falls under the first sale doctrine. But I guess according to justice.gov, first sale doctrine provides that an individual who knowingly purchases a copy of a copyrighted work from the copyright holder receives the right to sell, display, or otherwise dispose of that particular copy, notwithstanding the interest of the copyright owner. The right to distribute ends, however, once the owner has sold that particular copy. This is so interesting. But going a step beyond this, some people online felt that the narrative was unfair. We have this Threads user who made a post writing, "This needs to stop," calling out small businesses for AI use. How about send them a message to educate them and give them a chance to change their ways of working? The book community is so effing unforgiving. She's a new business. People in the comments were 50-50, stating that even though she is a new business, she should learn the legalities of the space that she's entering before creating a business around that. And historically, the book community has been quite against Gen AI, whereas other people were saying, yes, like gently letting them know is definitely the better way to go about it. And another Threads user, Mrs. Y of Lamb, writes, "Fabled Press is not a publisher. This is a one-person business that recases books they've purchased. They don't need licensing for that. And even though it sucks they're using AI, they don't need the author's approval. Rebinding and recasing books that were purchased is transformative work. I know it's surprising since other forms of merch need to be licensed, but in this particular case, it's different." And other people, even a bookbinder, commented, adding that selling rebound books is legal, even though it is legal through a loophole. And it would be nice to get author permission, but legally, you don't need to. Also, on a complete side note to add, there is like another business called Fabled Co. that is based in Australia, not the UK business of Fabled Press, that apparently like scammed a bunch of people and never delivered and disappeared. Not the same person. They're based in completely different continents. But to wrap this all up, I'm curious about your thoughts about this entire situation because it's very messy. I have no background in US copyright law or etc. So I don't know. There is that one precedent of a case posted by T. Howard that you can go take a look at, like I said, where the trademark claims actually progressed, but that the copyright claim was dismissed. So it's just a bit interesting. I definitely do think that the way Fabled was advertising their rebinds left room for misinterpretation and thinking the author had condoned it when they did not. So that is a weird kind of gray area there. But they seem very intent in moving forward while working with genuine artists and taking steps to go and do that. So I mean, only time will tell at the end of the day. I really don't think they should be dogpiled on, which is what seems like might be kind of happening right now. It's just a really, really tricky situation in the copyright legal space because it falls in such a gray area. So I'm curious about your thoughts. I would love to hear it in the comment section down below. If you like this video, I appreciate it. If you like and subscribe, comment down below what your favorite book is. Mine is probably Fourth Wing, like my series, Fourth Wing or Kingdom of the Wicked. Probably those two. I really like Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands and When the Moon Hatched. Those are definitely like up there for me too. But yeah, I also have a coffee with free resources like a free sponsorship guide, and I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch y'all there or in another video. Peace.